Deska dead on, right? Trying to figure out where these teams place, who is kind of that second best team right now, who can challenge the likes of Vitality, and do we get to see FURIA in front of the home crowd in Brazil?
It feels like that's bound to happen with the performance we got out of FURIA yesterday. Everyone changes day to day in Counter-Strike. That's the fun of this sport, but FURIA looked solid against Passion UA. And NAVI, despite a 13-0 in their series, did slip up on that map pick, although we know that's all too common for this team. Mirage, NAVI's choice today, coming in quick on this T side. FURIA have no one in the sight.
Well, yuurih up first, and first to get toppled. If Kindar trying to watch them spill in, but for now, NAVI have this A site. It's going to come down to a retake for FURIA.
Oh, can Fulham really get through this window? No, IEM's still on the line. So even with the attempted cover from Kindar, this is deep control for NAVI.
Yeah, like that whole round kind of hinging on taking back this jungle space, and you've just been re-smoked here. It's all got denied.
Ouch.
You're stuck in this choke point with nowhere left to go if you're FURIA. You need molodoy to offer something up. Given a chance, but nothing connects. NAVI, this is a very powerful position to be in. They've got post plants across the field, man advantage. Should be no way back into this for FURIA. It's a done deal. NAVI opened things up with a pistol round.
Oh, exits or fun money, maybe. Could be seeing a chance to drop something over. But only 2,800 on the end. Rato not able to. NAVI come through with a very important pistol. On a, you know, we know NAVI. We know what to expect, right? They like a long series. I feel like this series has 3 maps written. And we're going to find out if NAVI can actually take their map pick today. Often a rarity. FURIA's Mirage was rock solid yesterday. Even with the absence of molodoy until that final round, he won them 2 important low econ rounds at the tail end of the game, but otherwise he was having some unfortunate moments, some frustrating moments. But now with everything on the line, with playoffs in the crosshairs of both these squads, it's all to play for.
Oh, flash pop for Kindar.
Using the deagle like a 5-7.
Wonderful was there to play anti and stop that from getting too weird. And so for now, a bit of a stalemate, but honestly, I don't think NAVI are incredibly happy with that. Now they're losing space out towards the apartments. And so slowly but surely, FURIA building a better picture of where this one's ending up. They got a 3-man A stack right now. Backstab even on the cards for Fallen. I mean, aim is dead here, right?
Yeah, you can't mess this up, can you? Fallen grabs the gun. Out of Palace come NAVI, and they're storming in, but they're taking a lot of damage. They've been clear below, the bit of a whiff. yuurih recovers. This round is gone for NAVI. Nothing to celebrate there. An absolute smash. Fallen double kill, and FURIA armed and ever dangerous. And honestly, the worst round to lose in any game is the second round. That's going to put NAVI out of commission. Fallen bringing a lot of energy in these couple of games. Even yesterday against Passion, things quietened down by the time of Mirage, but that first map, he was bringing a lot of hype. Ouch.
I mean, you want him bringing that type of an energy to this match in particular, right? Because you're dead on. The Passion one felt like a bit of a foregone conclusion was the vibe that you got. They kind of just accepted the fact that they'd already won the series in map 2. But they know this one's more of a fight and there's even more on the line. With those playoffs falling on whoever wins this series. yuurih, aggression, was meant to reel this round in. Wonderful's picked up a second on the scout. NAVI, you may be doubting their ability to answer back on this force bite. Right now, they're in a good position. Rotates are a long way away for FURIA. Rato only point of leverage out here towards the spawn. He does have a teammate moving in to join him. But wonderful in this tricky scout that's been causing them problems all round long was posted. Now it's Ima's turn, helped out by Alexi. And so, all right, we might have some Force by Wars to start this one off. Yakindar looking down at a 1v3.
Oh, you want to go for it, but it's so tempting to save just to give yourself a chance at the rebuy to keep this back and forth, this tit for tat going. Yakindar playing for the long game instead, looking to save. It's understandable, no kits, no position, and 3 alive NAVI players, so Yakindar walks away. Oh, no he doesn't. Bit with a 1 and Yakindar trying to extract maximum value, costs himself the gun. Now FURIA, I mean, they're going to be forcing, but a little less than what they would have liked. Love this check for Wonderful. I mean, molodoy maybe looking like the smoke was bloomed in his face in that 1 second that Wonderful went for the peak. We see a lot of top AWPers do that move. It requires blocking the window smoke a lot of the time and then jumping on the lip. Oh, good block for Alexi. By accident. I am enjoying the blocking Molotovs update. Seeing a lot of rushes where the mollies just get knocked out. If you throw your Molotov late, if you're not preemptively dropping it before a play, say a B-Apps rush comes in on Mirage, and you just lob it in there, player can knock it. It can fall behind all 5 of the rushing Ts. It does punish you if you're not on the ball with your utility. Happy accidents.
I mean, last time NAVI were in this position, it was FURIA to kind of set the tone with that flash play. This time, though, there's been no type of an early skirmish. Instead, FURIA sat back in their bomb sites. It's 3 over towards B, and that is where NAVI are heading. So a different look this time at the anti-force, but far better results. molodoy can't get enough done. Yakindar left as the sole survivor over towards B, and while he failed to save last time, this time he looks to make it a far cleaner break.
I think he'll learn his lesson and going for exits. Let's see if IEM allows it. Wonderful getting so much value from this scout early in the game. Picking molodoy, trading yuurih, and now in this round getting 2 more. Very nicely done. It's NAVI who win the pistol, lose to force, and now control the economy. 3-1 and FURIA on a full eco with nothing to show. You know, you talk about, obviously, playoffs on the line, and FURIA absolutely gunning for that more than any other team. Except maybe Vitality.
Yeah.
But I also like the conversation of finding out who is number 2, who is number 3. You know, where are these teams form right now? When you consider that NAVI have had this recent uptick, some great results, but FURIA themselves have proven better in the grand finals against Vitality. Looking back to Chengdu all the way to Krakow. NAVI, of course, only 1 swing at the Kings and a 0-3. But none of that matters if they can take this win today. Go for a shoe-in towards the semi.
You know, you can imagine even the fact that you maybe got a sense of a bit of vulnerability out of Vitality in that series earlier today, that's enticed a couple of these squads to try and really bring their A game here.
And it's something I said yesterday, and that, okay, say for NAVI right now, like they're gunning for Vitality. You're probably, in a sense, well, in a sense, you're hoping to not play them, but if you have to, you'd rather do it in a semi-final. You'd rather do it in a quarter-final. Chance for you to prep on less maps, catch them off guard. I mean, it's what NAVI showed us against FURIA at the tail end of last year in Budapest. 2 head-to-head to go. Very clean anti-eco here. And Alexi keeps it so. 4-1 here for NAVI.
I've been waiting a long time at FURIA, it feels like, to get to play a gun round in this one versus NAVI, but that's what happens when you have this kind of weird back and forth of force by wars in the first 3 rounds.
And still you don't have an AWP in round number 6, so molodoy limited.
IEM are on a very aggressive pathing down here through middle, already up short, way ahead of anyone on FURIA. Fallen had no idea. Just a side swipe there, and the B site nearly open for business. Yakindar moving in, but what's he supposed to do? Just getting overran. A lot of players on his screen, and this one is over in seconds. Your gun round that you've been waiting for ends in the blink of an eye.
That's such a just a disrespectful call here for NAVI. I love the way it pans out. They cycle flashes in connector. We saw Keserato's POV, full double blind, couldn't break, couldn't spam through the smoke, because that's a danger of going for something like that, just getting spammed through the con smoke. And it's not just damage, it's the little holes you're gonna get info. See NAVI running up short. He is double blind. Meanwhile, Yukinder dumped a mag through window, and Fallen's alone on B, so I don't think it could have gone better for NAVI.
Also just love the timing of that pace change, right? Because we're talking about how FURIA have kind of been waiting to bring the guns out. You're thinking you're going to get dealt a pretty standard round, maybe even a chance to kind of get a feel for the game a little bit, and no, it's over in seconds. They play their paciest round of the map yet. So just a great time to bring that in for NAVI, and maybe a great time for this TAC timeout. Rapidly, this one is getting away from FURIA.
Well, Blade is happy with the timeout as well, not having to call his, getting it used against him, and NAVI get a chance to catch their breath. Sure, momentum broken to a degree, but 5-1 lead, and NAVI can take stock right now. Everything going their way. No casualties, still no AWP, no need with some of these rounds we're seeing. It's not much better for FURIA. They don't want a full buy, because if you consider the fact that we're 7 rounds into the game and molodoy's not had an AWP yet, this is a team that do everything they can to get him the big green. If FURIA were to buy, which is justifiable, you could drop 2 guns over, you could get 5 rifles, it's fine. That's just another round waiting for that AWP.
Yeah.
This eco allows them to buy full next with AWP. So that's definitely playing into the conversation here for FURIA in not buying around these rifles. And to be fair, we saw FURIA win these rounds yesterday, so anything's possible. RV, fearless. Right back to middle, but silently.
Oh, Bits getting sandwiched here, ready for the short fight. At least gets out with 1. Oh, break on the smokes, but Alexi's got his head on a swivel. Cover in as well from IEM, helps out. They got 1 more man fighting them out towards the short side, and molodoy arrives down here in the connector. And amidst all this downtime, Akazi's walked all the way through A, and a chance at this backstab. molodoy hidden.
Should know he's here. That smoke, Alexi's trying to push him into Makazi. But that's the bomb loose.
Backstab connects. That's only one of the 2 players that made it through this A site. Keserato, no idea where they've gotten to. Bomb now retrieved in a far less scary spot for NAVI. They've got a post plant out towards CT if they want it. And a 2v1 to play around.
Oh, did they see him? Acting like they didn't. He got that spot.
I mean, as luck would have it that they've just cleared deep CT. You're kind of running out of places Keserato could be, and that flash gives it up.
It's a very hard round to win for Keserato, clutch as he is.
Feels like he's pieced it together now. Flash out spawn side, hoping he can bait a peek on the tap. He's handed it, but it's double layered. They go together. Makazi with the trade, and NAVI just keep racking them up.
Not side by side. Nice elevation there. Makazi at the back, so Keserato aiming high for that close player. Can't transfer. NAVI just ticking every box right now. Even in that little moment of awkwardness when Alexi gets caught in the smoke push, IEM is so quick to trade it out. And from that trade, it feels like NAVI's round already. Okay, we've been waiting for AWPs, and so FURIA bring them in. Double trouble. Fallen on that B bomb site. molodoy close ramp. looking for some vengeance here, FURIA. Fallen's insta-dead, and Makazi's running out, but he needs no support. Double kill for Makazi, round locked in. They were still in their default.
I mean, a chance just to sweeten the deal and going for the hunt at the close here. You waited all game to get to play with an AWP. You bring out two of them. You think that that's going to be a solution to the problems. NAVI handed a free round. Entries aplenty out of Makazi. And chaos over towards mid.
It's a tilting start to the game here for FURIA, right? Everything that could have gone wrong has gone wrong. From the little details to getting punished on your saves, to the delay of the orbs, and that is audacious for Fallen, making the van jump. But he had the molly down. He didn't think Makazi beat it. But if a team takes their first spawn, you cannot make your van jump in time. And so, audacious move for Makazi, wins the round for NAVI, 7-1 up on this T side of their pick. And yeah, they're going to walk smokes.
FURIA don't have the rounds left anymore to kind of put off and wait to bring the orbs out, take any of those kind of partial buys to facilitate it. They've got to go all in. Round count starting a spiral. Flashes are good over here on ramp. Makazi still delivers that key trade. It's yuurih is the second man up close. Went unaccounted for. And leaves the advantage with FURIA for now, but he's on a bit of a timer. Alexi still here, ready to pressure, and while this is going on, IEM's been working that mid control. Alexi loses his fight, so now we're going to look towards IEM, hoping he's got a bit of runway here. Bit makes it out through Palace, and IEM still searching, goes down. Ooh, ballsy peek out of Yakinda. You were worried he's low on health as he takes that fight.
Well, he's the epitome. If you want it done right, do it yourself. You know, doesn't want to leave that to a late round and let Big get comfortable. Just tries to close it. It's a really messy round for FURIA. I know they have the stack in the right place, but molodoy repositioning, leaving, only just getting back in time to assist yuurih. He at least gets one out of his position. A nice double up for Yakinda to close. So FURIA, hang on.
First AWP as well. You got Wonderful donning his now. He's been down to play on the rifles since the early game. Let's see how that changes things for NAVI. They've been quite free to go for these pacier rounds.
This window, but they're hitting B, so it doesn't matter.
All in. Makazi leads the charge, full blind, a little bit awkward there. Yakinda still picks it up. More where that came from, though, is it's just this apartments bash. You've lost a good chunk of the pace here if you're NAVI, and the rotates start to arrive. Fallen just keeping pressure on these players in the apartments. Starts to come unraveled here for NAVI, and it's only Wonderful left. Backstab in for Keserato, and door shut on that B play.
Oh, that one's feeling like you're in your pug. Everyone's in apartments, no one's moving out. IEM runs through the smoke, I guess expecting his teammate to swing with him, but I think they have nades out, and NAVI are dilly-dallying. If Bit just wides off balcony, they're going to trade. I think it was Fallen. And then suddenly, NAVI are in a very winnable position, and the bomb isn't even committed. They can pull back, but it just goes bad to worse. And NAVI gets stuck in apartments, so FURIA winning important rounds down the stretch to stay in the CT side. 5 will be fine.
Yeah, it's a perfect time for the timeout as well for Blade side of things, right? Recognizing that the grasp that they've had on this game can get away from them in these final couple of rounds, right? You give up a 4-round streak, you can kind of forget about the 6 in a row that you were able to string together. Suddenly, the game's right back on.
It's not like NAVI have done anything silly in this T-side, right? They're just patting, calling, and they're going for fast rounds. And to be fair, they've gotten away with some crazy fast rounds, so you can't blame them for wanting to push the boat out. But yeah, this is probably Blade slowing them down, looking to play a more standard round than a set call. It's those kind of rounds where you wonder if the window smoke is missed on purpose when they go for a hit like that, but let's see what NAVI do post-tack. Yakinda pushing under for FURIA.
Oh, yuurih's making an aggro move from the get-go in this one. Playing through that ram smoke. Yakinda are also aggressive out here in mid. He won't win his fight. Being a man down, yuurih decides to come back, so they've kind of lost the info over here towards A and middle.
He cleared it somewhat, but Bit's taking it back, so there was a deep flash. Might have given it away.
Right now, it's a lot of attention on this mid control.
NAVI in such a strong position. This is around where molodoy might have to bail FURIA out. Been waiting for the AWP, not really had a chance to use it. Now is that time.
Break on the smoke, yuurih. Well handled. Now you look towards Serato. He's got yuurih back here in the connector. Ready and willing to lend a helping hand. NAVI decide they want nothing to do with mid, but this is a real last-second decision. Moving back around to link up with Makazi in the apartments. Gonna leave them with very little time to get into B. There's the util, here's the hit, fallen on the line, is just brushed aside. Are they ready for Serato? And teammate on the way over, very little time left. molodoy gonna make a mad dash in, but the cover's there, wonderful. Shuts him down on that push. And so the kind of desperate grasp to go and deny that bomb now leaves yuurih in the clutch. Makes it out through the market, they don't know about this yet. yuurih closing in, might have a kill right in front of him. Just round the corner, it's back turned and iced out.
Someone calmed bench as well. He saw the head of Bit, I think it was, or Wonderful, and he turned back, and that's when he gets peeked from Edward. Awkward. What an important trade for Bit over the top of the window. If Serato can buy a few more seconds or take one more kill with him, that round is done off the clock. But this frag for Bit saves it for NAVI. 6 seconds as that bomb gets planted. I don't think molodoy could have denied it with that Molotov down. NAVI, what an incredible T-side they put on here. And they could sweeten the deal.
Don't have a whole lot to go up against either, but a good flash play just to net you that advantage in a round like this where you really are working with less. They've already used all their blocking util. Getting results on the back of your flashes really matters. It's found you a 5v4. And they've even aggressed on the back of that kill out towards ramp. So kind of piecing together what's gone down over at A. yuurih's going to take matters into his own hands and just confirm that there's no one here. Now on a deep line. That frees up a player to start moving around the map.
Oh no! That's awkward. Doesn't burn up. IEM's fine. NAVI go for the B hits. At what point does IEM activate? 40 seconds. Can't wait forever. And molodoy is short side. Hearing this util go over, he knows what's coming. IEM's moving.
Spotted in the window. He still wins his fight. This B site really is to withstand it, and it can't. NAVI, they're all wounded. They're all hurting, but they broke through. They get a bomb plant now. And these rotates are slow. FURIA are going to take a little while to get into position. They're still paranoid about IEM in all this downtime, right? Spotted scaling out into the window. And that was meant to be a free kill for Alexi. Still picked up after the fact. yuurih's got no business winning this one. IEM just playing to evade, wastes so much time in this round. And this is looking to seal the deal on a very dominant first half out of the NAVI squad. Wonderful wowed us early on with those scout shots, but as it's gone on, everyone's stepping up right now for NAVI. They are gunning for this playoff spot. Map 1, their pick, and it's looking good. Well, this one's gotten off to a rough start here for Hometown Heroes in FURIA. They are on the back foot in a big way to open up this very important series. Winner of this guaranteed a spot in the playoffs. And right now, NAVI, they have showcased tremendous form in these opening games at this event, and this one is no different. Wonderful, started strong, and then around him, Ima and Makazi really started to find a great deal of impact. It was a real death ball of a first half as well. By NAVI standards, there were some very pacey rounds in there. Certainly not something FURIA really expected.
It's not the NAVI you see every day. Some bravado on this T side. Can FURIA bring the same?
Yeah, gonna need this pistol round if you want any chance at the comeback.
Oh my.
So you're probably hating what Bit's just done there.
Just whittled away.
Yakindar 1v5, low health on the first guy. Facing him, it doesn't matter one bit.
Oh, Ima's having a great day in the office. 16-7 right now. Hitting every single shot. We saw that final round of T-side in the window, winning a ridiculous kill to Keserato. He's not exactly having a bad game, so NAVI looking to make this one a wash. We'll see what the anti-eco concerns us with, as FURIA did win a force, but then went on to lose 6 straight rounds.
I mean, yeah, we've heard of Pavlov's dogs, but have you heard of Schrodinger's goat? Because that's what Ima's kind of been in these games, right? Couple of maps where he's just absolutely destroyed the opposition. It hasn't mattered who it is.
And 0 and 10 on Inferno.
Yeah, and 0 and 10 on Inferno.
Well, goats out the bag. Simply done for the 3 in middle. NAVI. 1 gun round away from solidifying their map pick in this series. Dust2 is up next. It's FURIA's choice. We end on Nuke if FURIA can pull themselves up by their bootstraps. But I think they're in flip-flops.
Yeah, dude, there's a couple of kind of red flags right now for FURIA. One is just molodoy never getting going in this map. I've seen some frustration from him in their opening series. And here, you know, I think it's also, like, to NAVI's credit, they did a great job of keeping the AWP low impact throughout that entire first half.
They kept it in low quantity as well. Yeah. The damage, the punish, and even when FURIA tried to bring the AWP out... I want to say,
he only had it like 4 times.
I think less. And the first time he had it was the round where Fallen also has it on B, and molodoy gets left in a 1v5 in 20 seconds because they just get B-rushed. NAVI did a good job of completely avoiding him. I don't think he got a fair fight on the all half, so I don't even really want to pick on molodoy in that sense.
No, but I think, you know, just like even with the kind of type of AWPer he is, the way that he likes to play the fights that he looks for, this is not one of the games that's going to bring that out of him. 3 and 11. All right, bit of a duel out here towards mid. Good one for Makazi.
And spotted. Alexi's not giving you this for free. Good reposition under the window in case Serato doesn't land a bullet.
Yeah, I mean, even if he did, like, the round's still pretty screwed, isn't it, for FURIA? The kind of pack, the bulk of the players are out towards mid. That's where your pack riflers were. They were meant to try and secure that foothold. They all die. You lost the bomb. Like,
Kazi's just peeking on a wide connector angle, body shotting them down. Like, NAVI just can't miss a beat here. Info for yuurih, but even he doesn't want to waste this rifle. And they're just begging he'll peek, but yeah, go get the AKs up top middle, and NAVI take 12 rounds. FURIA, failure to launch on Mirage. Some games you can sense the comeback before it happens. Well, I can sense this one is over.
All right, back to the mid clash. You really don't have a lot to work with here. Maybe you're already thinking about Dust2.
Even missed that molly.
Oh, Makazi nearly has a chance to get a kill there. And the spam from Wonderful chews through this B hit. One man survives up through short and not for long. This was no contest. The playoffs on the line. FURIA hoping to play in front of that home crowd. Well, they're going to have to dig deep because this has been insanely one-sided. Really, from the word go, there was some promise with the win in the force buy in round 2. But other than that, this has been a map entirely defined by NAVI.
Yeah, any cause for concern that Inferno game against Bait gave you for NAVI is swiftly out of the window as they find a dominant opening map in this series against FURIA of all teams on home soil, 13-3, and on their map pick as well. It's not every day you see NAVI start a series off that strong. Let's see if they can keep it going with Dust2 up next.
Yeah, NAVI FURIA, or as we like to say, just
this series if they could do it in 2.
Oh, it really would. And I mean, NAVI winning their own map pick happens once in a blue moon. So let's see if they can nail this chance at a 2-0.
Dust2, CT side starts. FURIA get to call the shots.
FURIA didn't have any success in those pistol rounds on map 1. You would love to change that now. Just get a bit of pep in your step. Ooh. Wonderful. Spotted over here at the car, and it's Keserato out through short. Trying to be the pincer on this A hit. He's dealt with Ema. That's a lot of pressure on these guys in at the site. Makazi head on a swivel, but the site's been lost. And even though Bit arrives with these dual Berettas, it's a 2v4, a rough round, a rough retake ahead of NAVI, if they even give it a look in. And they're headed for the hills. So, all right, FURIA on the board early. That holds a little bit of promise at least. Because the thing that stood out about Mirage was just how uncompetitive that map was, right? NAVI looked really, really good. Didn't really have any issues, nothing you could nitpick and try and pull apart about their performance there. Meanwhile, FURIA, it didn't really show up, it felt like.
Oh,
so would have had to have some conversations ahead of Dust2.
These kills matter more for NAVI than they do for FURIA. Makazi could drop an M4. He's going to buy Famous Armor instead. I'd like to see a wonderful scout, but he's not got armor available, so Deagle instead. And sure, FURIA win their first pistol of the series, but let's hope they can convert it for their sake. It's not the most threatening buy, but 2 Famises makes it interesting here for NAVI. Comes down to whether they're in the right position. Both B-side, Bit and Makazi fighting together.
Oh my God, Bit's got to get away.
Who has Kevlar? Me.
Well, congrats to Wonderful for winning the famous giveaway. He's been throwing that over. Still in the right place right now are NAVI.
Are they going to?
They're meant to be smoke lobbed in. Oh, they're going up cat.
Dear.
They're going into the stack.
Oh dear. This could go very wrong, couldn't it?
4 players here. One of the 2 rifles as well. Molly forces the fights, makes them happen. But right now they're all coming up in favor of NAVI. It's Wonderful's double. molodoy does what he can in response. Good tap at range on the Glock. He's made this one possible. Got a 2v2 that they've got to break through. Right now they're doing it. molodoy secures a 3rd. And at this point, I mean, so much bloodshed out towards the short side. Mikaze feels like he may as well give this a go. It's a 1v2 fighting chance. It's a lengthy reposition out towards long.
MP7, not the gun for the job. Yakinda needs to tuck in, play off his teammate. Mikaze, no kit on the clock, and then the jump caught by molodoy's Galil. 4 kills from molodoy in a 2v4. And that's what keeps FURIA alive up against a very threatening stack. NAVI with all their eggs in the right basket, and they get scrambled. 2v5, in fact, with 4 for molodoy. Absolute savior of FURIA, finally getting to play the game and even getting an AWP for his troubles.
I mean, you saw what happens when molodoy kind of gets off to a rough start on map 1. How's it going to be when he's red hot from the word go? AWP comes out very early into this T side. A stark difference from what happened on Mirage. We were saying it felt like he barely ever got to don the gun.
Great flashes. It's one thing we saw yesterday from FURIA that was just unstoppable. yuurih's utility was mind-blowing. Felt like Passion spent the whole game white screen. So mid-control taken, weapons removed. Any hope of NAVI dwindling. Lexi here's a drop, getting inquisitive.
Oh, util out. Guns on in time, and so Alexi, nothing done on the P250 push. Bomb gets out of there as it was juggled onto yuurih, and this one's nice and safe. So pistol and the conversion for FURIA.
Wonderful's playing sick. Round is still live. Getting out with a gun is not happening. FURIA lock it out. 3-0 start. Fantastic beginning for FURIA, considering they started both those halves in the hole back on Mirage. NAVI's first full gun round with an AWP for Wonderful as well. No waiting required.
Yeah, got a long spawn right now. Feels like he might try and use it. Playing an anti-rush over towards long with Wonderful offering support. And so they've at least got this space. No early clashes in this round. Well, cool. Mikaze's round's over.
Whoa, no.
Smoke spam giveth and it taketh away. So Keserato just going to tuck himself in. Try and maintain the 5v4.
Helping hand might get Ema out of this corner if he wants. Into the scope of molodoy. Blind shot. Yakinda finds the entry on long, and so Wonderful out of commission. 2v5. FURIA bomb out long. Still being a little bit cautious here, but no reason to be. No one in the sight. NAVI already leaning back to save. So FURIA recovering well at the beginning of this game. Pistol converted. 2v5-1. First gun round. Tucked in. And no desperate need to hunt, but yuurih will get curious. Get exect.
It's a rollout in towards B just to try and remove these guns. But caught in the crossfire, NAVI will get out with both of these rifles. Still, it's not much of a parting gift. There is a world where you could try and piece together a buy again here and now with 4 guns in play.
I feel like, yeah, I feel like they'll wait for the AWP.
So just a bit of a partial around that save. Still a chance to remain competitive early. But a welcome return to this server for FURIA. Just missed it there, but molodoy even hit the tag to really sweeten the deal in this round.
Wonderful Scout is out. I'm always watching when Wonderful's got the Scout.
Kesrao's here very, very quickly. Haven't had eyes on middle, so it's something you've got to be considering, but you haven't really worried about these fast short walks just yet. Could get caught here.
Oh wow.
They go the way of Bit. Had all this short space, and so FURIA feel like they want to do something with it, but they've taken a lot of damage here on the scale.
Oh no!
It was a chance just to make matters a little bit prettier for NAVI there. Does a lot of damage out towards mid and then falls on back.
NAVI are in a fantastic position here to win this round. Despite their lack of weaponry, IEM very strong in this spot. Running into the big guns are FURIA.
Oh, nearly the lineup there. Really need IEM to connect on one of these. Full blind. yuurih able to find him. Deals with the ramp man. That was one of the big guns brushed aside.
Oh,
jump shot attempt for Wonderful comes up short. Retake's already on. All of NAVI here. It's a scrap out towards the spawn, and thriving in the chaos are FURIA. Wonderful Scout can't connect, and he gets sandwiched, so still flawless. And all that earlier damage doesn't come to matter.
Almost reductive, but just missed shots here for NAVI. That's what it comes down to. If IEM has anything more in that position, I feel like NAVI are in with a really good chance of winning that round. He's just missed on 3 little bursts, and then they have enough time to molly him. Unfortunate scenes here for NAVI, but FURIA are more than happy with these errors. 5-0 start. NAVI now sounding the alarm. Last 2 times that these teams have played on Dust, it's been dominant wins for FURIA.
Oh, tag on the cross. Wonderful went fishing, but caught nothing. This is just already a great start to the round. You've kind of given the illusion that you're out on long. You've got good space there, and this earlier tag forcing a reaction out of NAVI. Goes 1 for 1 out in the tunnels.
It's a really good way to use your low player and just trade him for a full health player. And NAVI get out all the better, in a sense. And it's going to get sweeter.
Awkward. That was also the bomb spotted crossing into those long doors. See NAVI with tunnels control taken, with the bomb spotted going towards long. They don't really have a lot of questions as to where FURIA were positioning themselves in this round. Still holding on to mid. You got 2 players here, right? In lower from earlier. Makazi from that push up into the upper tunnels, and still roaming around on catwalk, willing to help him.
Oh, they might catch players turn the wrong way.
There's one. yuurih finds the gap, makes it a double, and now in big trouble. NAVI thought they had them right where they wanted them, but slip in the net. yuurih gets behind enemy lines, nowhere left to run for the captain. Alexi cut down. FURIA saved themselves in that one.
That's a beautiful call there for Fallen to walk back middle, a ballsy late round decision. Maybe even Yakinda called it, to be honest. He's leading up catwalk, or leading up long while his team go catwalk, and they just find the gap. NAVI see the smoke on the long cross. Everybody looks towards it. Shot in the back as Makazi just misses the timing by seconds in lower. And molodoy, that's third round in a row.
He's 3 times over.
It's going to really make things easier when your B player is permanently wounded, and this clash at long is just what FURIA wants. Rabid fight. And simply done, 7-0. It's a different game now. This ain't Mirage no more. FURIA stomping NAVI into the dirt.
I mean, hot hands have mattered in this one, right? It just kind of feels like getting that early momentum has been such a huge nudge. The idea that, you know, molodoy had like a 3-kill first half back on Mirage. Never really got going. Just thwarted early on and couldn't recover. Seeing games like that from IEM here in Rio as well. Right now, it's FURIA riding with all the momentum behind them. And NAVI left looking for answers. A bit more of an aggressive stance out here towards long. They've given up less of the map. Off the rip, kind of taking priority away from these mid-fights and instead looking elsewhere. It's Alexi out on this island towards long. Desperately needed to get one of them as they come through the choke point. And even at the reactions here, the re-aggress into the upper tunnels. You know, you lose a player, but you gain something, you get info here. You're better guided in where to place this stack. You still need the kills. Wonderful and Makazi provide one. With a kill on the B player, pushed all the way through the tunnels. The Wonderful Orb spotted over towards A. It's a clear picture for FURIA where the empty side of the map is.
Molodoy just lurking with the AWP at some of these rounds. I mean, he puts the smoke behind him, then moves through it. So NAVI don't think he's out middle. That almost paid off. He slinks back behind the smoke because his team already have B. Bit's allowed to cross, but he won't be allowed entry into this site. yuurih has the cover from Car. A 2v3 that NAVI look to attempt with no kit, and yuurih is ready. Bit looks to pre-fire. Good tag, but yuurih gets the frag, and 2 low players. Doesn't matter, because Wonderful's got an AWP, and he's walking away. FURIA, excellent mid-round again. The master of these moments. And molodoy just, where you least expect him right now, keeps catching players off guard. Makazi knife out after he kills the lurker. He thinks that's enough. He doesn't know. And FURIA yet to drop around on this T side. 8-0 beginning. NAVI getting out-positioned.
I mean, reassuring as well, right? Well, we've kind of been looking at NAVI with them being the squad that's a map up. Very reassuring to see FURIA bounce back like this. After a failure to launch at the top of the series. Back in the swing of things now. And a chance at a flawless half. Would be one hell of a return to form.
Oh, NAVI got a 13-0 yesterday. Well, they get thrown back in their face. Still waiting for that change of tune here for NAVI, yet to appear. Some close rounds. Nothing of the sort now. It's an AWP with a half bite. And FURIA just look to brutalize on this B side, walking ahead of the smoke bloom. Damage done. They don't finish the job. If that kill comes into Wonderful, feels like it's round done.
That was 3 players spotted on the catwalk there by Serato.
No way.
Fallen's asking for a flash. He knows what's on the other side. Teed up with the flashbang. Fallen goes right through. Wonderful will hold down the mid-cross. It's Fallen or it's nothing. He's trying to carve this path out towards short, but he'll get cut down. molodoy now moves in to join him, and it's that kill from yuurih that might change where this one's ending up.
Back forth and back again. The lurk AWP is back in middle.
Still one more man inside of B to worry about.
Ooh.
And a missed shot from molodoy. Leaves it just on yuurih. That step's heard by Bit in at the car, and so NAVI are all here. This should be an unwinnable clutch. yuurih dead as he rounds the corner, and NAVI strike when you least expect it. They had a hero AWP in that one, saved forward by Wonderful. Collection of pistols. That's where they break the 8-round streak.
I think FURIA may be worried that there was a stack in that B bomb site because they spotted Wonderful with the AWP, they tagged him, they didn't get the kill, and they knew a player was close, and so they canceled the call. But if they just keep going in there, there's very little resistance. There's no one on the bomb site, there's no one on the close left. They have a lot of room there down. Close margin. And still, NAVI get it done. But it's a sign of the times that FURIA getting that cheeky to just walk 4 players into B. Save that for later.
But I mean, that last round was a bit of a departure from the norm. Catwalk's been a real struggle for NAVI throughout this map. They've lost it again here. Had a couple of rounds where they've had the stack in the right place. They've had a lot of defenders over towards A and haven't been able to stop FURIA when they go for this site take. Alexi has been a part of that problem over towards long. He's locked in a fight he doesn't know he's having yet with Yakindar.
Sending.
Oh, that's the collateral for Wonderful. And that'll change the tune of this round. One shot, 5v3. And with Alexi winning his fight over on long, it's hard. You're hard-pressed to see a way in which FURIA can save themselves here. yuurih trying to provide some leeway. Gab found out towards B, but Makazi there to punish. And as molodoy moves in, okay, gets that one.
Let's get weird.
How much further could he really take this? Tech 9 and an AWP, low time as well, forces the fight, and Ema does give it to him, but the AWP not ready to fire off in time. NAVI starting a streak very late in the half.
God, the kill for Makazi there can't be overstated how important it is. If yuurih can find a second frag, and then with the molly down in window, providing a path for molodoy to come out with the AWP, that's a 2v5 cooking just by virtue of having the B bomb site.
Oh, it feels even like, you know, even if yuurih doesn't get the kill, even if he just gets across, that's a big problem.
Went back for the fight, didn't realize Makazi was close. 8-2 though. This is scraps we're talking about for NAVI. The last 4 of the half is their goal. Lovely double for Wonderful, skewered on shorts. Do we have an AWP battle? No, Wonderful jumps it. Forever scared of this B site start here for FURIA with a couple rounds left. But they go quick up cat.
It's a bit of a reaction because they hear Bit taking, you know, like deep, long doors. They had a lot of flashes there to help him out as well.
That flash was for A and it caught Wonderful, I think.
I mean, this is now a very awkward round for NAVI. Oh, it's just got worse.
Oh no.
Oh, molodoy shrinking himself down, just unable to get away.
It's in the corner.
Makazi's been found in the downtime, though. That's out towards B, and that is the site opened up. Bit's giving chase through the fire, through the flames, and now into the back line. Yakindar's got his number. And so NAVI were clutching at straws, hoping they could find their way to 4 rounds. FURIA have just denied it there.
Chaos, man. Pure chaos. FURIA get the entries. They still run out through cat smoke into 2 players. And thank goodness the bomb doesn't get stuck. Gives them a way out there. Another round where Makazi's aggress gets caught, but it's hard to blame him with how quick his team get massacred in middle. Spotted and dealt with. It's molodoy's map now. It looks like FURIA just want that B bomb site. In fact, it's their only option left. NAVI take back long control. Bit needs to be very careful as they come through this smoke. Oh.
Missed the timing on this. Bit's dead, surely. Just going to get the smoke off, just going to crouch down, but there's no stopping the tide of FURIA. They're already through that util.
Yeah,
Chansey dead as he tries to just scramble in and look for anything. Well on your way to double digits now. You get a bomb down, 4v2, and NAVI so far away. This is one hell of a resurgence out of FURIA. And a fall down for NAVI. Nate's find good damage, but this B site is so tricky, even in even odds, let alone a 2v4 like this. AWP primed and ready to go on the window, and 10 rounds secured for FURIA. They get a bit of revenge by the time Dust2 rolls around, and they're looking to make this a 3-map series after all.
With playoffs in Rio on the line, FURIA refused to go down without a fight. 13-3 against them on Mirage. FURIA send the message right back to NAVI, and it is received. 10-2 first half, dominant T-side, molodoy moments, and Yakinda surprise. It's NAVI who are already thinking about Nuke at this point. Third map of this series, just a few rounds away. FURIA return to form, much welcome in this playoff deciding match.
God, I mean, they were on easy street here on map 2. Win the pistol, find the conversions, proceed to go on an 8-round streak. So left themselves with very little to do in this second half. Flash out through these mid doors. Mikaze doesn't go and take the space. Instead, this one building to be an A finish. They lose a man out towards long. And this cat control's not coming for free either. Wonderful able to wrestle that kill back at least. Still Fallen gets here in time, and it's a clean tap for a second in the round. The captain.
Oh no!
Standing the hit. It's Yakindar offered up on a silver platter. Backstab is a little bit weird. Wonderful takes one more with him. And now it's Alexi. Tries his hand at the full commit. They're closing in and it gets denied. Don't even get the reward at the end of that one. Fallen puts on a clinic with 4.
Sick round for Fallen. To think it starts along onto Bit as well. He's walking out through doors. Goes on to find 4 frags, denying the plant. Alexi optimistic as NAVI were looking for anything there in what was a 2v4. Should just lock in this map now. Both pistols for FURIA. A bomb plantless force. A hope and a dream for NAVI.
All right, Wonderful had to win that fight if you want to have any hope. Has managed to live up to his half of the bargain, and now that Galil gets passed off to Mikaze. Defense is pretty split here, and NAVI are getting in position to make moves. They're making them quickly out towards short. Molodoy can't hold them on the cross. Ooh. Fallen's retreat, short, will be safe as he deals with Wonderful late out through the long doors. It's just this round's already too far gone, surely.
Unless he hits something crazy, it does feel done. And there's 2 M4s at long, so NAVI are going to get really well armed moving forward. It's a huge recovery needed, but bare minimum is that force by win, putting FURIA on the ropes. Trying to save as much as they can. Win force by check.
Terrorists win.
There's still a ways to go, I think, before you get Blade smiling, but knows it has to start somewhere. Molodoy Scout going to make an appearance. Oh, that's a tag through the smoke. Now a nade to follow it up. Chance at a bit more. Will get finished off. Can't connect twice on Mikaze.
Yakinda, no. Through the smoke, it's being considered. Any further is a death sentence. Oh, step for bit, so no reason to move. I like a bit makes one step and then just walks all the way away. So Yakinda's permanently stuck in this corner, can't move anywhere, can't help his team, and too fearful to regress into what is now empty. NAVI about to hit B, get blocked. Is that enough to stop them though? Tempted to go through, but Alexi calling them back.
This could be weird. Fallen spots that rotate. There's still Kindar out here on long. But now
too
just
late.
deciding against it. Timing missed. Alexi securing the site means that bomb just moves straight in. And so NAVI are fine.
Well played by Alexi, because the only way they can go wrong, I think NAVI would have been fine just hitting B anyway, but the smoke is scary, and the only way it can go wrong is if it's a B stack, right? Maybe all three players are tucked in on B right there, and NAVI go into the stack, they lose a round, devastating. But Alexi, right before NAVI hit that site, realizes he just needs to walk out and get the info, get some numbers, maybe he spots a player or two, and that info is worth a death. Spotting two players means, hey, guys, you're 4 on 1B, just hit the site, it's fine. But he realizes nobody's home, and so NAVI can rotate out. Another clean enough round. 5 guns stay alive for now.
Terrorists win.
Baby steps in the right direction. Still yet to see a full gun round.
Oh, that's a really nice shot out of Fallen. And a gun there for Keserato. I mean, this is a pretty tricky round in front of NAVI now. Just going for the full long group. While this has gone on, though, FURIA have cleared out both upper and lower tunnels, and Fallen still ripping heads off. That's 2 kills and a tag put down range from the captain.
Uh-oh.
Scout now finds its way into molodoy's hands. Is he feeling inspired after that Fallen double? Seems like it. Finishes the kill on bit. Finishes what Fallen started. Oh, NAVI. This one rapidly feeling like it's getting away from them. Alexi can't stand tall. And so FURIA move on to map point, and it's at the behest of Fallen on that Scout.
We don't need to wait for the full gun round, do we, for FURIA? It's double kill from Fallen. Scout molodoy puts it to use as well with 2 of his own. And FURIA just lock in map point like that. Simple. Sickening way to get there. But maybe NAVI already knew it was inevitable. molodoy just so much confidence to hang around the middle until NAVI eventually block him. Cat long split, but double setup. After you Fallen, this is a guarantee 1 kill position, and then Yakinda, you're never ready for him. Can Fallen find more value? 1 will do. Alexi still looking to check the corner, but no trade as the AWP is holding the line. Yakinda, he's got the bomb here. I think this one is about as good as done, unless Makazi can bail them out.
Yeah, it's a nice kill, but he's got a long road to run if he wants to help out in this push out on the long side. Makazi and Wonderful split up, and Wonderful just decides to concede, go all the way back. Yakinda's actually giving chase, and that's the bomb toppled away from NAVI out in middle. Makazi's even fired off on the long side, so they know where he is. The writing's on the wall for this one. Makazi, big clutch needed, but very little time to work with. And FURIA are leaving nothing to chance. Why give him the fights? Why give him the opportunity to claw this one back? And this one is over. FURIA lock it in, doing to NAVI what they did to them at the start of this series. Hell of a turnaround on Dust2. With playoffs still in the conversation, this one now goes the distance. We're heading to Nuke as the decider.
Nuke absolutely necessary. Thank you very much, gentlemen. NAVI jump into the server and jump out nearly as quick.
It's exciting, and it's going to get hot here on this third map of the series. Playoffs await. FURIA on home soil. NAVI off the back of back-to-back grand finals with more to prove and more to do. Can they do it in the group stage? Let's find out. It's been these T-side starts. (9-3) first half for NAVI, and then a 10-2 for FURIA.
Something sneaky over here towards the ramp side with Alexi just throwing in a bit of util in towards A. But there's a double ramp setup and those dual Berettas on K-Serato. This won't be easy, or at least it's not meant to. IEM comes through with a blinding double. FURIA might take up position and get that trade. It's still an advantage for NAVI as they drop in ramp side. They're moving in towards this B site. molodoy's the only guy down here.
Open, and he gets cornered, trapped in it. Mikazi makes it a coffin. Oh, scared of the swing out of the door. But it's going to get that plant, just a little bit delayed, and not delayed enough to bait FURIA back into this round. This is, safe to say, unwinnable with the smoke in the way. Alexi caught on ramp side, but NAVI plenty of positions to pick and plenty of smokes to hide inside. yuurih desperately looking for this kill. NAVI don't need these fights. NAVI don't need these fights, but they're giving them away. Fall on low health. 1v2 in no time. Looks for the kill, and they don't bite. So NAVI, a bit of a worry in a moment, but they will secure their pistol. Yeah, jump scare.
It wasn't really a celebration, it was just a yell. A good sign though. IEM, you love that he started strong, right? Feels like whenever he kind of lights up those first few rounds, he just goes on a tear for the rest of the game. And so a convincing double, really the double kill that won you the round if you're NAVI.
Yeah.
Force buy back.
Oh, stack. Uh-oh.
Oh, I think you realize now this really isn't where you want to be. Still, it goes down fighting.
That was 4 FURIA players on ramp for a second.
His site was wide open, but the hole's now been plugged. yuurih's made it in towards the back of the site, playing around this hot smoke. Worried about the scale. Mikazi, will this position go uncleared?
Oh.
Nice shot for molodoy. Hit the tag second time around, but I think this one's over.
Timing on Vent. Oh. Barrel in the way.
Got in the way.
Alexi spots it. And so
fine.
that was the chance.
All right, there's NAVI 2-0. Good as done.
And these force buys have been scary all day long. Some very close rounds and some even converted ones for both teams. Can never be safe with these bomb plants. Even your Kinder on notice, low health.
Front side plant too.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I don't know. He's backing up. What do we think?
He's good.
6 damage.
Still, it's not the best save you've ever had. Oh, interesting. FURIA put a bit of money in here. Fallen's dropped an M4 into play.
Whoa. Yeah, I mean, A anchor, buy MP9, play hut roof, play backside. That's kind of Fallen's.
What are you thinking? Like boost outside with the M4, something like that?
Yeah,
Little gimmick.
Get it involved.
Oh, tries his hand at the secret cross. No one on silo to spot that. So K-Serato does have a powerful position if they try and play for the yard.
And he's also in a position to save if they just did an A-pop or a quick ramp hit. And, you know, Fallen can buy whatever. He can always make it work. So I like this investment. But FURIA are one of those teams who always try to not exactly reinvent the wheel, but try and figure out new ways to maximize output with the economy. You know, those early FURIA buys where they would buy MP9s on the first gun round. Always been cheeky with those kind of things. molodoy just getting pushed off the line here at ramp. NAVI look to go back to an A hit. High setup, hot roof and rafter. And as K-Serato gets curious, he will be able to support this A site. It's Makazi's lurk timing that might have to come in clutch here for NAVI.
I feel like with enough time, he should have K-Serato's number. It's just the hit's already on its way. K-Serato will get to play it forward. molodoy left as the sole survivor. Scout finds its way into the heavens again and can't connect on it. NAVI, 3-0 conversions found, and the presence of that gun might have come as a bit of a surprise. They still get through.
They go into a 4-man stack with the really quick ramp rotation to heaven, and they close it out with Makazi not even part of the hit there. So really well done by NAVI when you consider there's a rifle in play and there's some armored pistols as well. Clinical. Here's the gun round though, and yeah, Fallen's even got a FAMAS with nades, so it's gone pretty well here for FURIA. Capitalizing on damage here. Ema gets down vent. First gun round, catches him off guard, finds the gap. So already a problem to solve for FURIA. They've surely heard him drop.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's fine to kind of ignore it for now. Just acknowledge that there is a guy roaming around down towards lower, but have to have something to show for it here. And now with the yard smokes in and a chance to cross, you're very worried about this play into the lower site. Need to try and stem the bleeding a little by corralling them out in the yard.
Now you're in big trouble because no one's even playing for ramp rotation. molodoy's AWPing it, and NAVI have gotten down behind these smokes. So with vent cut off, NAVI have so much control on the map right now.
You might just be out of this one already.
Oh, molodoy and Yakinda are giving it a good punt though.
Isn't util to lock down these angles, so open sightlines available in this ramp hold. One shot for molodoy's all that's come through here. And bomb now planted. FURIA still teetering around on the edge of this bomb site. Do they just write it off? It feels like they have to.
Shouldn't go for this. There's no position, no smoke. NAVI have ample players in the site.
They're all here. They're grouped for it.
This is a really risky retake, and it might just end disastrously. Alexi double up close. Wonderful cleans the flank, and now they know, but it's too late to save. Alexi hops round the corner and makes it so. AWP for Wonderful secured, and fourth round taken. FURIA not making up their mind quick enough about going for that B retake. And would have just loved someone in the site, but they were so obsessed with stopping the cross in the first place. 3 players fighting the yard smokes. By the time Yakinda got back to ramp, it was too late. NAVI have caught some lovely rounds on this T side across Mirage and now Nuke.
And this just hasn't been a series of comebacks either, you know? It's been very, very one-sided maps. Whoever's kind of found success in the early stages has gone on to steamroll. Are we going to get more of that now with NAVI in pole position? Low econ round ahead of FURIA, and they're hemorrhaging players, so not going to come here. Even though these forces have always felt fairly threatening, this doesn't feel like one of them.
Didn't see molodoy. Oh no. Mollied out, and Makazi well handled. 5 against 2, and just pistols here. Simply done. 5 alive. NAVI full control right now. FURIA getting bludgeoned.
I mean, you've been throwing a kind of litany of problems here to open this one up. Yards become a real issue as the game's gone on. Ema kind of set a weird precedent as well to open things up with that instant vent drop in the first gun round. You don't really know what to expect here out of NAVI. So FURIA don't really like how blind some of these rounds have felt. They come in with a bit more aggression here on the CT side. They've gotten player all the way under the silo. Weekender are playing right at the front of the pack.
molodoy's really trying to sell for Yuurih not having this position, nading the smoke, spamming with AWP. But as him and Keserato fire off, Yuurih's got so much info. NAVI throw a second wall. Kazi is going to lurk outside here, but the rest of NAVI in. Is Yuurih going to get impatient? No, he just hard commits to this position, and Makazi has got to clear it. I feel like it'll be unlikely. Yeah, lazy check. Yuurih 5v4. FURIA ready.
And you're telling your site players right now, just ready yourselves, right? You've spotted it was just the Makazi lurk on its own outside. And so batten down the hatches in at this top site.
Oh.
Doesn't have to be a lot of movement here for FURIA. They've shut down the yard. They've got Fallen just playing for info over towards ramp in a very safe position. And so no reason to move, no reason to go looking for these fights. There's really no options for NAVI.
They're saving in a 5v4 or 5v3. I mean, it's early enough in the game that they haven't exactly got a wealth of money, but a couple buys left in them. NAVI just don't like their odds. FURIA happy with that one. More than happy. They get to keep all their guns. So nice setup for Yuurih. And it goes a long way with two players full baiting for his position.
I mean, by a long margin, this is the earliest in the first half a CT gun round has come through. So let's see if FURIA can actually offer up some resistance here.
And they're not just, you know, ripe for a reset. They get 5 alive, they get the AWP as well. So FURIA can still rebuy no matter what happens here.
I mean, even that's just a level of security that you've not been used to having in the series so far. molodoy starts down towards lower with this AWP.
It's a nice change. Vent drop, fake. I like that third smoke. Lets you cross the garage and also stops info if you break one of the two. Bit's going to find Keserato in main. Good shots for Bit. Double headshot. And NAVI with full control. molodoy still could win the round in lower. Bomb is coming in.
And it's almost all of NAVI here with him. But
he doesn't believe.
Starting to shuffle away. The outside's been so quiet for so long. molodoy comes back. Right place, right time. Shot lands. You've seen that AWP in at lower. Does that scare you? Bit still offering results, trying to carve a path, a backup option here for NAVI. 3 kills deep on the round. He'll knock out a 4th as well. This one has been signed, sealed, and delivered by Bit single-handedly.
How the hell does he win that 5v Fallen as well? It's had to be Bit with his clinical headshots. molodoy, dead man walking, not getting that gun out of there. It is all Bit, baby. 4 kills in a huge gun round. NAVI saved for it, and it pays off.
The initial double already felt fantastic, you know. You do just get a bit of that fear creep in when the AWP fires off at lower. The rest of the map is a little bit tenuous, and Bit's having to do it all while he's like 10 health from those earlier fights.
Yeah, if he doesn't climb heaven there, NAVI were looking like they might just have to go out single door, and molodoy was ready for it after his first pick in secret. So that could have been a, you know, molodoy moment. Instead, Bit gives them a path back into that top site, and even has great cover to clear CT vent. So, aim and brain. Position pays off. Hey, look at that. Just heard Alexi even call the money perfectly. They know what they're up against. FURIA with another rifle round.
Swing and a miss for molodoy in that attempt at the door fight.
Daring them to go down the vent. Smoke's getting deployed again outside.
NAVI have done a really nice job just with these smoke walls of kind of constantly keeping the pressure on in yard, right? Using it as a bit of a red herring in some of these rounds.
Maybe
others, so decisive in the cross. They've given FURIA a lot of reason to worry about it. mikaze will creep past with these smokes. Rest of NAVI looking ramp side. Bit tries to lead the charge in. It's a double setup here for FURIA. First man dead, and yuurih brushed aside. Backstab.
No way.
Spotted and mollied off. yuurih doesn't get to play.
Sick from Alexi, not taking the fight, just looking to lock the door. Give mikaze time. Could have crossed secrets. Instead, come back into main to take this A site. And that is a lovely kill. Relieves a lot of pressure. NAVI go back up heaven with 3 players and the bomb. It's a very hard spot to lose from now, NAVI. They are calling rings around FURIA, who are playing in the dark round after round. mikaze offering a kill back has given FURIA a chance, but do they want to take it? Out of position, no kit, no smoke.
There's just too many reasons to write this one off. Money's in a really bad spot for FURIA. They're hemorrhaging rounds. They need all the guns they can get, and they still have that molodoy AWP intact. So just going to concede this one. 7-1 lead. Said that this just hasn't been a series of comebacks. Had the earliest CT rifle round found of the entire series so far in round 6. But that's not done much to bolster this defensive half. I mean, NAVI, they're not overcomplicating this. They throw in largely, you know, just these yard smokes in. But a variety of different calls around them means FURIA feel like they're flying blind. The one round they were able to get was where they came through with a bit more aggression in the yard. Able to figure out earlier whether or not it was, you know, a ruse or the full commit. That was yuurih versus mikaze out there.
Nice. Let's go, guys.
And no reason to punch with a fast round either. These have just been perfect. Now FURIA are the ones getting desperate. Pushing into lobby. They try to do it together, but they're getting siphoned off one by one. Even Keserato through the smoke.
It's a bit of a symptom of what we were just saying, you know? You're flying blind in these rounds. These outside smokes are causing a great deal of paranoia to try and figure out what NAVI are doing, but it just falls flat on its face. mikaze there to trade out in the yard. It's only molodoy. He's dead as soon as IEM rounds the corner.
IEM's feeling it right now as well. Him and Bit just monstrous aim in this series.
IEM first and third map merchant.
Yeah, just don't talk about that second. To be fair, no one was saving them. Coming alive in the nighttime, 10-3. And that round just delivered on a platter, and you don't blame FURIA for trying to do something different, but NAVI just called the perfect... I don't think they were even necessarily all ready for that, but as soon as they see the first player through hut, everyone cancels, they hold their smokes, wonderful scopes ramp. NAVI just wait for more reactions, and FURIA dig their own grave.
I mean, you also just think, like, it feels... You're dead on, like, it feels so obvious in a sense, right? You see that first guy getting aggressive, and you go, oh, they're finally tired of kind of giving us the room and the respect. Just kind of coming to us.
Weak lobby crunch as well. No utility. Smoke push on 2 fronts. And that's after yuurih walks through the hut alone. So FURIA had it coming to them. 8-1 lead.
I mean, this was meant to be kind of a chance at triumph for FURIA. The idea that they could just breeze into that arena, you know, get the nice, easy route to play in front of the home crowd. Obviously, it's not a do-or-die matchup. Playoffs are on the line. Loser, though, is to battle on through that lower bracket.
Yeah, you have to win 2 more BO3s rather than just here and now. And one of them likely against Aurora or Mouse. Well, in fact, will be if you're going to make it all the way. So no safety here for FURIA. Still a couple of rounds in the half to maybe redeem yourself. molodoy and yuurih outside as NAVI get cheeky, walking through smokes. Do get punished. Fallen at ramp. Hiding out in plain sight. Oh no. Oh my dear, they've heard that. Still holds his own for one, but 2v4 and molodoy, does he want to overcommit here? Might just let them down into B.
Yeah, it's a rare position for FURIA, right? Being in an advantage such as this, so I think you do everything you can to hold on to it. 4-on-2. They do give up the site. They will allow NAVI to move in, even a chance at the bomb plant. molodoy's disrupted it. Still, they've lost yuurih. Little skirmish here over towards the ramp side. Leaves Wonderful in the clutch. Gun out as he looks out through the single door, and now a route opens to maybe pull a rabbit out of the hat. This was not supposed to be a round that Wonderful could win. Plant will go down at upper. Rotates arrive and scrambled on through. It's yuurih just chasing him down on the back of the bomb plant. Doesn't want to give Wonderful room to get comfortable in that clutch.
The right call, but it's a very scary call to have to make, right? One missed shot. If Wonderful goes wide on that, can go very, very wrong. And you've offered up 3 1v1s to a hot hand NAVI. But FURIA with a must-win round. That was a 5v3 recall outside with no trades allowed by onto NAVI. I don't think FURIA are going to get given rounds that easily again, though, right? It's the first time NAVI have gotten that cheeky in this entire game. And oh no, is it the rush? The Alexi MP7 comes out with the first spawn.
Oh, it feels like it. Alexi, front of the pack. Flash to get him on his way. Won't find the opening. Hoping the Chaos can provide something here. NAVI breaks through this hold. One man left up in the heavens, and Fallen is dealt with. Just a sheet of kills from Makazi. 3 of them on the entry.
And he got caught off guard looking the wrong way. He's flicking back into FURIA players coming through smokes. They've even got past him right over the top. Wonderful wants to knife molodoy. What's he doing? Didn't go over, goes back under, and lets him leave. Thought he was going to walk through the smoke there.
Hey, molodoy should still be dead.
Oh dear.
Makazi's got him boxed in.
Right behind.
Hoping that this orb could maybe give you something. Oh dear! Tried to be cheeky with it, but you don't want to let molodoy hold on to this. It's the big ticket item. You've had multiple chances to remove it. molodoy gets out with the orb, the sole survivor of that round.
They can laugh it off. It's a 9-2 game, but you don't want molodoy suddenly popping off in the final round of the half. Either way, there would have been an AWP in this round. There's the cope for you, but yeah, it wasn't in the scope. Sixth sense.
Oh man, Kazi knows he's going to be getting a word from Blade after that one.
Okay, molodoy, you fought for this. Time to put it to use, and he will. Ooh.
Oh, it's a good flash. That is a really nice flash sequence. All right, NAVI in dire straits. They've spotted molodoy playing on the ladder, still cut down. FURIA will find a third. That AWP getting out, wielded and put to work, stealing away 3 on the half. It's not a lot, right? This has been a very dominant series across every single map. Can FURIA buck that trend, or is this when NAVI lock in the playoffs?
NAVI want to deny FURIA playoffs. They want to push them to the lower bracket, and they are 4 rounds away from locking in that one spot themselves. FURIA, it's a long road to recovery. This whole series has been 13-3, 13-4, and maybe more in store if they don't wake up here and now. T-sides have been the bread and the butter. So let's see if FURIA can give us a punt.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time NAVI have made themselves one of the public enemies out here in Brazil. But hey, just for old time's sake, let's see if they can do it again. Rounds away from guaranteeing a playoff spot. Aggressive look in the pistol out of NAVI. Coming through with 2 players, aggressive on the ramp side. IEM even making a move out towards Hut. It's a crunch onto the lobby, not panned out in the first stages, but wonderful, lends a helping hand. Dual Berettas picked up and brought forward, will get dropped out towards the ramp side. So FURIA have regained some control. Now you've just got to try and outbrain Alexi B.
Vizsla hunting them down. FURIA make the right move, ramp clean. But A, dirty. Are they going to go up heaven? Leaves them in a strong post plant, but Alexi could play spoiler behind the site and look to deny this bomb ever going down. He's moved into lobby. Silent drop will go a long way right now just to buy those extra few seconds. FURIA clearing out positions on top. Kinder makes it in. Plant should be allowed. Alexi. Clutch begins.
Heaven post plant to contend with. This will not be easy for Alexi.
Jump spots are so annoying as well.
Hangs around in Heart. Hears those jumps and moves in the moment they stop. Knows he has the drop on yuurih. Doesn't make it any easier. Big pistol round from yuurih, man. That's a huge hat trick for him. Final one to shut down Alexi's clutch attempt. And so FURIA, this is where you'd have to have your second win. It's been a T-side dominated series. You've just got this pistol round to try and split the difference and close up this game.
And some really sharp shots into lobby from Wonderful, but never fully cleared the door. And that push from Makazi, I think, is a bit over the top because he steps as well and still commits with the flank. FURIA were yet to move. Couple of SMGs here for FURIA and what will be a brawly round. NAVI deciding to buy in. Kinder makes it all the way.
Just a little warning shot on Alexi. Now looking towards the ramp room. No push yet. For now, FURIA just biding their time, waiting to see if they can kind of piece together what NAVI are doing with this force buy.
The boosted FAMAS on ramp is quite the commitment. But it might just work out here. Especially with Bits. Trying to sell for him. Deep flash. Back 10 coming in.
Would have loved one off that 5-7. Would have gone a long way. Wonderful. Dead after the first.
That should be it. Off position, right? Double vent drop, but not the guns for the job here.
Here, quick down the vent at least. There wasn't cover on that bomb, so certainly a reason to be antsy, but they get it plugged in all the same.
Now escaping is very difficult. Yuurih's top secret. You have to go up vent. They got to try. Because he has position, but he needs a kill.
Nah, nothing wrong with that. Give it a little look in, right? Just while they had everyone in position, but no kill offered up. And so FURIA stick the landing up against this force.
Ooh. Maybe Yuurih doesn't want to overcommit here with the 1 AK, but that is also the one FAMAS of NAVI. The bomb provides a bit of covering noise as he runs in to clear this final player, but Makazi holds strong. So AK lost. NAVI gets one more eco as this game closes up. already the most competitive map in the series.
Wow, even though this round's meant to feel a little easier, can't get ahead of yourselves. Know that Famous made it out. Know they saved on another as well. Still cause for concern, and losing your Kindar early on the secret cross doesn't do much to further your confidence. You've at least got room over on the ramp side. It's yuurih and molodoy working this half of the map. They've forced a bit away, and so have created a bit of a safe haven for FURIA. At least securing them this space gives you options.
It's very methodical, and it needs to be in a 4v5. Can't get lazy now. Oh, annoying block smoke on ramp, and 2 players here. It's a hearty crossfire. Alexi, though, he's just desperate for the information. He'll get it for free.
Yeah, doesn't overstep. Tries to cross out of there. Ends up fed to Fallen. Will be a gap on this, and it's a pretty significant gap at that. Still, Makazi not able to fire through. Molly there to cover the bomb plant, and FURIA, despite of going a man down to open this one up, able to break on through it all the same.
Sigh of relief here.
I mean, this puts a lot of weight now on this first gun round, right? Because if you're NAVI, you got to acknowledge just how close to taking this series they are. There is still a relatively easy path to close on Nuke available if you're able to find success straight away. If not, though, this game is going to close up fast, and it's been a T-side dominated series across the board. So FURIA have got to be believing that they can still course correct this. It's not too late in the day.
Feels destined to get close.
There's 3 rounds between you right now at the end of this one, but if you win that next rifle, that number's reduced down to 1.
Wonderful, straight on the AWP as well. We still have, Khalil's and an MP7 for FURIA, which, while a bonus round is nice, at this point you just kind of wish you had full AKs.
Blade was very hands-off in that first half, only relying on the FURIA timeouts for when he would chime in, and with good reason, right? NAVI had everything under control. Yeah. He's got a cache of them now to fall back on the harder side, at least with how this matchup has gone. So anticipating that there would have been a bit more resistance left in FURIA, he's got a lot left in the tank. This is the first time he's going to weigh in heading into this rifle round for NAVI.
Plan for the worst, hope for the best. Certainly not out of the woods yet here in this playoff qualifying match. Both teams buy orbs.
Well, all throughout that first half, we saw this yard control, the smokes with it, be a constant pressure point. When NAVI were on their T side, they're looking to try and kind of disrupt what FURIA are able to do here straight away with a cross into secret.
Going to jump up. You can actually do this if the bottom player hits the jump at the right time. Getting very tall here. It's a cheeky boost. Takes me back. It's a strong position for Makazi as well. You can't volley it. Wonderful. Catching your Kindar on that smoke break. Makazi ahead of the molly, fighting forward onto Fallen. He's stuck in this corner. He's got nowhere to go, but they don't have an HE to flush him out. yuurih trying to bounce this round back. 3 on 5 ensuing. Alexi denies any further advantage, and Keserato timing opens up that A site. The bomb can't come in. Well, molodoy attempt another wallbang.
I mean, the only thing that could get awkward here is the 1v1s across the map, right? Bits even made noise, and that's going to stop this Molly goes in, bomb can't cross, nade there to follow. Just to slow the roll of molodoy. Bit doesn't hang around either. Huge pickup there for Keiserato, securing a route for this bomb to move in. Mikaze denies, time so low. Keiserato, there's no win in this one. Just misses that bomb plant, and it's very, very thin margins on that round, but calculated out of NAVI.
Oh, I thought Bit walking away was going to be the mistake there, right? But he knew it was an AWP. He knew he could just be gone in a flash. And so walking away is what locks in the round, able to come in later. Excellent cross, contain. NAVI never go back to take the A site. They let Keiserato have it. Only to punish as the bomb makes it in. The whole goal of the round is to get rid of the bomb there. Very nice late round moment for NAVI.
And now money close to breaking point for FURIA. This is the defining round of this second half. It's off to a great start for NAVI. Wonderful's nailed an opener on the AWP.
It's still here.
Hanging around to fight this, not without its risks, as FURIA do set their eyes on the ramp control. They've lost Yakindar out in the yard. Are they ready for Bit? Still active on the ramp side. This was a 3-on-5 until moments ago. Wonderful at least keeps NAVI in the driver's seat. Holding for a smoke push. Walking on through is Keiserato. This is a nail biter of a round. A lot of movement all across the map as NAVI and FURIA have traded places. Where do FURIA try and go? They are flying blind, but there's the spot. molodoy's confirmed it. Both players seen, both players spotted.
Oh no!
Leaves it to a gunfight. Finally connects, and FURIA are able to turn that one around. 3v5, they lose the first two fights. They go on to keep the dream of turning it around on Nuke very much alive.
NAVI had so much control and so much info. And still, FURIA, with all the risk in the world, walking smokes and walking hell. NAVI knew exactly where they were. But even despite missed shots from molodoy, just given so many chances to get away with it.
Oh, and you see frustration there for Wonderful. He knows that that round would have won them the series.
Yeah.
Would have broken FURIA's money. Sure. And not only that, he had 2 sick kills. He opens the round with the initial 5v4. He gets that important, not even equalizer, he gets that important trade in the 3-on-3 to maintain the advantage. And he anticipated that the Keiserato walk through the smoke. He knew what was coming. There's a lot of reasons for him to feel kind of robbed at the end of that one there. It's kept this series going. It's kept the hopes of FURIA alive. Down to a 3-round difference and money broken for NAVI.
Speed for Yakindar gets him down the vent. Not without risk. And certainly with info, NAVI looking hyper aware. Yakindar off angle, easily done. Now they just flood out ramp as well. There's nobody home. Open position with Bit dead. They know they've got the room. And so that is round. Not going to get many easier than that. Probably one of those moments where Yakindar starts around by saying, guys, I know exactly what to do. And his solo move sets FURIA up for a simple round win. Anti-eco dealt with. 8 on the board for FURIA.
Wouldn't be surprised if we get another timeout coming up for NAVI. They got a cash of them to fall back on, and this game is really tightening up.
Wasn't Ema 10-2 at one point?
He was playing insane, yeah. A massive slowdown.
Not even a slowdown. He's come to a halt. He had to get a kill since that point. We said it was a series without comebacks, while FURIA are trying to buck that trend indeed. call the timeout correctly. Blade taking a breather.
I mean, here's the thing, like, with the thought of getting to be back in the stage in Rio on their minds, hope can build very, very quickly for FURIA. I don't think they were ever without it, even with the 3 measly rounds they were able to get in that first half. But now they feel like they are in the driver's seat. They're on a big streak right now on this T side. They've been able to stop NAVI short of streaking anything together. Even in rounds that looked like it was getting away from them, they're pulling through. And so we had that timeout. Blade with the chance to speak to the rest of NAVI ahead of their next swing to stop this FURIA comeback. This was a 9-3 half.
Life comes at you quick. Molodoy maybe even quicker. Wonderful. Can't get out of here for free. Good jiggle. Baits the shot out. In that downtime, Yukinda crosses. And numbers not known here for NAVI. They have no idea what's gone on outside. Those smokes never stopped. For all they know, FURIA could be fully down secret right now. But NAVI can't afford to do anything about it. Yukinda even backs up. Kazi in a really strong position to stop this main split. And it does look like FURIA are teeing up an A-pop. They can ditch ramp if they want. Time to sound the alarm.
Oh, that's an important double from Ema. Bomb at his feet as he stops the A-side rush.
Oh no.
Kazi ready for the backstab. Can't close on Keserato. It takes Ema to do it. Had a bout of silence after his strong start. But now having to play the hero again. He's cut down by Yukinda. Bit left in this one all alone. Gets the spot. The Yukinda are still floating around main. There's very little time left. Bit's got both players bearing down upon him, but nestled in at the back of the bomb site. Bit's got to back his aim. 15 seconds. FURIA have nowhere left to turn. They've got to bring the fight to him. Bit delivers the first. Can't follow up. A tense round, and that's what these last couple have been. But FURIA are picking them all up. It's a 1-round game now.
It's all Yukinda. It felt like it was the master bait from Yukinda. He gets stuck outside. He misses that timing completely. His team get massacred on that top side by Ema. Even Keserato barely ready for that main smoke push that Yukinda saw, and he comes in, tells his team to wait, sits in the fade, and comes up with 2 and the clutch to boot. Absolute saving grace from Yukinda deep in the game. And that would have been a head and hands moment if he didn't win it. But instead, FURIA are nipping at NAVI's heels.
You're even just hearing it in the team comms. You know, it's no longer that laser focus. They're getting loud. They're getting animated. They can feel the position they've wound up in. A set of kills come through to open this one up for NAVI. A very unlikely round, so the pressure's right back on. No time to celebrate for FURIA yet. It's a 3-on-4. And they've been able to dig themselves out of these holes many a time in this second half. But just how many times can you do that? Makazi's grabbed the M4.
Oh no!
Forces him forward, and you know that whenever Fallen does get his hands on this AWP, he likes to give you something to look at.
Drops it back. He knows they're low economy. He knows they're playing pistols, so just going to group and play the pack with rifles now. FURIA can go down secret. yuurih's still hanging around outside. They flash him into main. All NAVI waiting in this top side. This has been a game decided on A. We've seen very few B hits. yuurih's faking this one out right now, keeping NAVI attuned to this position, and he might even find more value. The bomb, meanwhile, shifting its way into that lower site, and yuurih is just killing everyone. From a 3v5 on an anti-eco, a round that never should have gotten close, and FURIA might just save themselves. Bit has a tricky decision. Do I want to save the AWP or go for it with no kit?
This is a wild maneuver. Bit looking to go for this round. Very little time, as he doesn't have that kit to work with, so got to be light on his feet here. Gets past the player in vent, but he's loud the entire way. Gonna go hunting for the man in the site itself. Back turn to the rafters. Gun on in time, bit down to this. Through caution of the wind as he embarked on this clutch and cut down and just shy of it. FURIA keep winning these all-important clutch moments. And they've done so all the way to level the playing field, 10 apiece.
Disadvantage after disadvantage. That's a second 3v5 in the half here for FURIA.
And that's what's, you know, it's got to be talked about. NAVI have had many an opportunity, it's felt like, to deal the killing blow. From that wonderful AWP round over towards ramp, that was the first of the 5-on-3s. Even here in these low economy rounds, in the ones where Bit says, fine, I'll do it myself. He's on a heater, he's feeling good. And while they still had a lead to play with, those are the types of risks you can take. But now it's a tie game, 10-all.
Well, Blade holding his timeouts for the second half seems to have been the right call, but they've yet to convert into rounds here for NAVI. It's come down to these clutches from FURIA, pulling them out. Last second saves. FURIA smokes, blocked outside. That might be a bit of a problem. It might be info for NAVI on the cross. Something they haven't really had. This information, how many players have made it down. Mikaze, he started really strong, but he's gotten a bit quiet on this CT side. Good cover from Wonderful. Mikaze running away, and this A side just ruptured. FURIA run it down.
Wonderful's job's not done, though, providing cover from heaven. Mikaze barreling up the vent, didn't get that spot, still gets the kill. And you've won a bunch of unlikely ones, but this one is too far gone. NAVI claps down upon that A hit.
Full chaos, full confusion. But if there's one thing I think NAVI have had really, really strong in these couple games, we've seen them as great comms, great cohesion together. So coming back up the vent, choosing to brawl, everybody in the site, pushing through the util. NAVI stabilize. Much needed round after this streak of 4 in a row for FURIA.
Here's the one, I think, really important detail that we talk about how FURIA kept winning these tense clutches, right? The rounds that could have just cost you the entire series, you're just barely scraping by, but it was impressive they were winning them. That has left them in a very vulnerable position. You had 2 rounds back-to-back with 1 player surviving. And money was not in a good spot for FURIA. And so they've got a weak buy here to try and reignite the streak. It's an all-in out towards the top site, and this time they get chewed up.
Shame to see FURIA feel like they have no other option after a meticulous and methodical T-side. Back-to-back, quick top hits, feeling like they had to with Tech-9s. And that might be all it takes to get NAVI into the playoffs. 2 chances to knock out FURIA and push them into the lower bracket. And FURIA have nothing to play with, not a single primary weapon.
Just got to be telling yourselves now, it doesn't get easier than this. You know, you've done the run-up, you've done the tricky bit. Now you've just got to finish the job. In what is, on paper, the easiest round you've had in a very long time.
Oh, and again they block the smoke, and again FURIA can't cross clean. And these aren't exactly the guns to be fighting behind the gap either. They might not have a choice. Ema waits for them to come down the vent. Oh dear. Back turned, re-smoke, and they go down, but they follow him as well.
Pretty good timing on this. Ema caught out in the open. There's the backstab. Advantage for FURIA, but rotations already arriving. Wonderful and Bit play in tandem. Missed shot from the Wonderful Open. In the blink of an eye, he's the last man remaining. These Tech-9s hit hard. FURIA still in with a chance.
Need to save and don't want to give the AWP over. That's the bigger problem. If you give molodoy his weapon a choice, he can't get it any other way. So Wonderful has to avoid that. And it seems like he has. That is a shocking round to win off Tech-9s, though. FURIA just live and die by the chaos in these last 3 rounds of T-side. I don't even know where that second kill came from the Tech-9, right? They trade onto Ema, but there was another kill towards the vents. Did NAVI try and shift down without realizing Ema had also made, without realizing that FURIA had also made it? flying blind in that round. FURIA survive. You called it the easiest chance. Well, how about the harder one now?
I mean, the thing as well, it's one of the things you got to love about a kind of grizzled veteran like Fallen. It would have been so easy there to risk it all on some type of top hit. They'd already tried a bunch of those rounds. Something special required, and it's the fast play out in the yard. The vent sneak as well. Like, there's a lot of risks taken in a round like that. But just belief in the call and it all shaping up, it's kept them in this. And now a chance at overtime. Missed util in at the top site, but it's ramp is the real object of the desire here for FURIA.
A bit won't overcommit this time. It's been a couple of chances to back off, and this time he'll take it. Opted to hang around. One too many. Wonderful. Backed up and looking to re-push this. Both spotted.
You have got a reaction out of NAVI. You've got them more than paranoid about ramp. They have to supplement lower. That there's no choice in the matter. Ramp's been dark for so long. So two players put down in that lower site, and this is while FURIA now move back.
Oh, wow.
Kazi with a crazy flick and doesn't get punished by the close ramp player either.
Audacious push from him.
So even though it might have entered FURIA's mind to try and get tricky with this, to go back into the lobby, this one does end in at lower. And two players here for NAVI. Very little time left. The kills have got to come through cleanly and quickly.
He had just left the site. Now there's no one here. Bit doesn't even get a kill from that position. And with 15 seconds, FURIA have put the bomb down and put themselves in a position to take overtime. All four down the vent. K-Serato in the clutch. That's what FURIA want.
Yeah, good chunk of time to get comfortable as well in these post plants. That's a crossfires now set up. This is a tricky task in front of NAVI. They do want to stop this one from going to extra time. Alexi leads the charge. Wonderful. Out through the single door, but time is quickly getting away from you here. K-Serato, you said, he's the guy you want in these clutches. Well able to play it late out from the ramp side. FURIA drag this one into overtime.
And of course, it's Fallen and K-Serato, all five between the two grizzled veterans of Brazilian Counter-Strike, looking to keep this series alive. We had back-to-back stomps in those first two maps, and here on Nuke we go the distance into extra time. Unreal that FURIA win some of these late rounds. This was 12-10 and FURIA had tech 9s. Not only did they survive, that one seemed even harder with 20 seconds on the clock. And FURIA just refused to give up. Every right to, but now they lead. Vent has just been the danger zone in this game.
Just kind of the no man's land of the map. No one's truly been able to hold on to it, but K-Serato.
That's twice for Alexi. He's just tried to follow them down the vent with full info. Get him out. Fallen is hitting hard. 3 kills in round 24 and just a blinder out B. And even as EMA found a resurgence, a couple of other players went quiet for NAVI. They're coming for this. Not today, Makazi. Is that the Blade timeout?
There's kind of no illusion about how tricky a position NAVI are in. CT sides have been strugglesome for both of these squads, but right now, you know, we said coming into this third map, it's been a series of momentum. FURIA have all of it. You know, they've been the team to claw this one back into overtime. They're the guys who managed to secure 9 rounds on the T side. They're the ones still getting a play on this T side, the better half. I think the goal for NAVI is just you can't let them go flawless. You can't let the strong T-side streaks keep up here into the overtime. You need that one illustrious CT side round. Because if you don't get it, even though you preferred these T-halves, going back onto it and knowing that you've got to match that energy, you've got to answer with 3 of your own, while Fallen has all this room to call from the front, which is where he can just be an absolute menace to deal with. He's not afraid to risk the game on some crazy moves. Potential very rough position ahead of NAVI, and from bad to worse, they've just got a man down on the back of that timeout.
Yuurih just been the blunt object, as always, outside. Back-to-back opening kills in the yard. And onto Makazi, no less, who is NAVI's top performer in this game. Yuurih not done. A bit might make it so. Nice position. Rarely checked. Swings out and finds that equalizing frag. Re-smokes outside. Patience for molodoy. And Alexi all the same.
That's a very important kill from Wonderful, but equally so for molodoy as the AWPs now get involved. Scoped up for a heaven re-swing, and with main dead, next point of contact is through the heavens or up the vent. Both of them accounted for, both of them being watched. There's no road left to run here for NAVI. They're locked out of the top site.
NAVI don't want to save, but FURIA giving them nothing. Clock ticking quick. Fallen burns out, and they can't even find that kill. The cover is perfect. molodoy hits his, and Wonderful just needs that all for later. That one illustrious round will have to come in the third as FURIA look for their own flawless half.
If you're FURIA now, you're licking your lips, man. The idea that you could go flawless, the idea even, you know, seeing them go for that 2-on-3 that late, it just reeks of desperation. The idea that they're fast running out of time to course correct, you know you have them feeling the pressure. That round really did.
What an impressive display of resilience for FURIA when we've seen just how stompy these games have been, and this just felt like another one of the same. 9-3, NAVI haven't even used a timeout. They've got full control. They've got Makazi popping off, Ema with a really strong first half. And then FURIA dig deep, and they dig deep again and again. Multiple 3v5s, winning on Tech 9s at 12-10 against them, and now looking to clean up in overtime. NAVI clinging on. A 0-round half will not suffice.
All right, at least it's not a transfer, but doesn't get much better than that. It's a 3-for-1 trade and a nice cushy 4v2 rolled out in front of FURIA. Just 2 kills away from a flawless T-side in overtime.
Oops. I mean, Fallen 18 and 18. The numbers don't always add up on every player here, but Fallen's had some unreal impact. Yuurih as well.
One back for Bit.
Gotta try.
Missed shot for molodoy. Need another to come through, and it won't. They get trapped in at the door. Flawless T-side leveled against NAVI. A streak of 5 in a row for FURIA as they try and beeline for those playoffs.
12 out of the last 15.
I mean, you know, this was, and this is at a time where there have been some, you know, doubts cast on FURIA. They have had some rougher performances at these events. NAVI have kind of moved into that second spot.
Fallen calling a set round, trying to pull something out to close this game.
This was always the fear, right? You give them that flawless T-side, they got the wind in their sails, and now they have room to maneuver. They can take risks. Yuurih knows that better than most, plays it in a very outlandish position up on top of the garage. This is not a spot he would have played if they didn't secure all the T-side rounds. Now you've got breathing room.
Flash to tee him up. Ooh, second one from Na'Vi catches him. And did they see him? It doesn't look like it. No prioritization on this position. Yuurih gets a second chance to strike from above. Missed shots and he drops off. Na'Vi just can't flush him out.
Oh, gonna catch him.
That nade hits.
Alexi's found, but it's still the advantage for NAVI.
Not for long.
Yuurih's wrestled it back. And NAVI is split up here. Two players out in the yard, one guy back in the lobby. You got to start making some concessions and look to group. You can't hold on to all this space. You don't have the manpower. So bomb goes back towards the lobby. FURIA still lean into a heavier setup down on lower. It's molodoy alone responsible both for the yard and that top site.
Responsible for playoffs. Young man with a big job. 20 seconds. NAVI sneak under his scope. They are in the site. Wonderful with his own orb. Not trained on this. The Heaven Molly burns. NAVI get the info and they get the plant. molodoy awaits his teammates. Kits, but no smoke. FURIA must win all three of these fights. Trapping NAVI in now. But Wonderful holds the line.
Double orb. It's the student and the master side by side. It's just a lot of time has ticked off this bomb. And an expensive investment. Doesn't feel worth the risk for FURIA.
Got rounds to play with. They can afford to give one over. NAVI make the right read, the right move into that top site, and they avoid the stack down lower. Perfect move to keep them in the conversation. molodoy dies to the bomb, not the end of the world. One orb kept for either team. A round that felt like it could have been won outside, to be perfectly honest. And I think that was FURIA's intention, right? Win it off of the yard fight. Yuurih on top, orb there as well. 3 players fighting yard. Missed shots for Yuurih, and he gets chased down by Bit. That gives NAVI the room to excel in the mid round. Those quiet 3v3s where they put their brain to the test. NAVI make the right move.
We have a timeout, but I think this, you know, I'm hoping this is why it's telling that the kind of flawless half is such a problem, because sure, FURIA forego that one, but as you said, that they have the room to maneuver, and they're still going to have that same breathing room in this round. You can still take a risk here. That's what you've got to contend with, right? Just the mind of Fallen trying to figure out ways to just steal this one off here.
A passive yard round. Fallen throws HE on top of the AC unit, so someone's going to go back to break smokes late. FURIA play for that top side instead. Double orb again. They are fine with conceding yard. It is the opposite of the previous round. Fallen takes his orb lower. See many a highlight from him down here.
This just kind of allows FURIA to stack all their eggs in one basket, essentially. You can play a heavy yard presence ready to deny a spillover. And what that means is if NAVI do anything to do with yard, you've got them right where they want them.
Kazi will never get given this kill. He has to go seek it.
While he's out here running this interference over towards Secret, the rest of NAVI wait back in the lobby, waiting for Bit to move in at main. molodoy catches him and even survives that crossing into the back of the site. Alexi with an important trade, but very, very quickly this has started to slip through NAVI's fingers. 2 on 4, Wonderful hits a blinder. Alexi with a follow-up. This was a 2v5 and they're turning it around. Alexi B and Wonderful combine. Rotate up the vent. Fallen makes it in. But this one felt like a golden opportunity for FURIA to move into those playoffs. Fallen will have to provide. Nails that first on the orb. Now left looking. Can Alexi hang? Can Alexi really do this? It's on a knife's edge. yuurih closing in. Time working against him. Gotta move quickly. And he's done it. defusing. FURIA get it done. They claw this one back. It goes the distance in a dominant series. FURIA show resilience and they lock in a playoff appearance in front of the home crowd.
FURIA to the Farmacia Arena here in Rio de Janeiro, falling